Hi, everybody. This is Nathalie with Noon with Nathalie, and I am so thrilled to be welcoming Melissa Dawn. She is the founder and CEO of Your Life. She's a motivational speaker, life and business coach. She is now an author, and I hear there's a second book on the way, energetic healer, and former VP marketing. And her approach is really unconventional. It's inspirational, it's fun, it's holistic. And her goal really is to empower people to see themselves in a whole new light and finally take control of all the aspects of their lives. I can attest to that personally. She's an international best-selling author of Attract What I Am, Transform Failure into Orgasmically Joyful Life and Business, and has helped thousands become the CEOs of their personal and professional lives, confidence, success, and joy. She has been featured on many podcasts, talk shows as Entrepreneur on Fire, Breakfast Television, CJAD Radio, and more. And hello, Melissa.
Hello, Nathalie.
Oh my gosh, Melissa's the one. I have to tell everybody. We hooked up on LinkedIn. I just went back to work after my mat leave, and I was so miserable. And she fell into my life and said, well, why don't you just start your own business? And in some of the talks I do, I say, Pasha, who am I to start my own business? And I think you really did help me see the light that it was possible to have a speaking business that's grown from professionals to now creating a team talk program. So I'm super happy to have you here. You were one of the first people on as I was lying in the hospital thinking about what I was going to do this summer. So tell me what, I know why, but tell our people who are going to be watching us, what's inspired you? How and why, and what inspired you to create CEO of Your Life?
Well, unfortunately, most of us only get inspired to do things when we hit a low point in our lives, right? It could be divorce, it could be sickness, it could be losing a job. And that's what happened to me. Basically, I had just had my second divorce. I was a single mom. I was in a situation where I had to change jobs ASAP. And I'm like, I can't keep blaming outside circumstances. Like, it can't be everybody. There must be something I need to do differently.
Yeah.
And that's when I signed up with a life coach. And within 6 months of coaching with her, my life had totally changed around.
Okay.
And I was sharing everything I was doing with her with everybody around me. And I saw that their lives started to shift too. And I just couldn't believe, it's these basic tools and ways of looking at things and ways of being that can change your life from rock bottom to super success. And I just can't believe that this isn't taught in school. To me, this should be like the basics that should be taught in school. And I said, you know what? Yeah. I want to help as many people as possible create the life they really want and give them these tools and empower them and see that it is possible. And,
absolutely.
Then I studied to become a certified coach. I started my own business, and then I transitioned out of my VP marketing job within 6 months, and I was coaching full time.
Very cool. I'm super glad that we met up again, and our history goes back a little while. So, CEO of Your Life, it has meaning. So what is, the meaning of CEO of Your Life to you, or what you want to project to our audience?
Well, what I mean by CEO of Your Life is really creating your life your way. Are you really happy? Or do you think you're happy? Is your life a reflection of your parents? Is it a reflection of your friends? Is it a reflection of your entourage? Is it a reflection of your partner? Or is it what you really want?
Mm-hmm.
There's an interesting statistic that I heard from Access Consciousness that 98% of our thoughts are not ours. It's from the programming we've received in our entourage. So how about you take some time to take a pause in your life, meditate, go into nature, and ask yourself some powerful questions like, what do I really want? What about that is important to me? And when you're clear on that, then you can start creating the life you really want inside and your way. So that's what I mean by being the CEO of your life. It's really tapping into what you want and doing it in a way that feels good for you.
Absolutely. And I think I just told you the story before we hopped online about how I had this gift that you said to me, find the gift. You posted and you said, find the gift in this situation. And recently we had a situation and I couldn't find the gift. And I said to you, I don't know how to find it. It's not there. And it's one of those moments where you're taking charge. I really felt like I was being that CEO, like saying, thanks so much, but we can't make it. And that small sentence made such a powerful impact in our life, because my husband and I looked at one and said, yeah, that's it. And I think it takes us a long time to figure those things out, because really what makes us happy, do people really know? What is one thing that you do with your clients that helps them find that or answer that question?
Well, it's not one thing. It's a series of different exercises, and it depends on where they're at, what they're working towards. Everybody has a different background. But what you mentioned is a huge one, is learning how to say no, learning how to set boundaries, and being comfortable. Like, why should you feel bad? If somebody's not respecting you, you need to show the boundaries.
Absolutely.
You shouldn't feel bad. You're being disrespected. So you have to stand up for yourself, because your outside life is a reflection of what's going on inside. And you might have to be a bit firm at first, but eventually it'll get easier and easier.
Absolutely. So boundaries, you learn to set some after having a few, maybe I don't call them missteps or life experiences. And you put together, I attract what I am, transform failure into an orgasmically joyful life and business. And this came out last year, I believe. I went
on July 23rd. It's going to be a year next week.
It's going to be a year. Oh, yay. So we're celebrating. Fantastic. So everybody, if you did not get a copy of this, you can visit Amazon, right, Melissa? And get a copy. So tell us more about this book. How did this, I know, I even know I'm part of the chapter.
Well, it's funny because a lot of people say, oh, I want to be an author, or I write a book. And that was totally the opposite for me. When I first started my business, I even had trouble writing a blog. At the time, I had a business coach and I was struggling, and I made him like reread all my blogs and help me. It was really hard for me to write, but I kept on having this voice saying, write your story, write your story, write your story. And I kept pushing it back, but then it was coming in my dreams. Like, it wasn't that. It
like
was persistent. I'm like, okay. And I just started writing, and the book flew. And then I had like a whole bunch of other books in me that I realized.
Yeah.
So basically it's my story of how after my divorce and becoming a single mom, and how as a low point, how I shifted my life around to now being in a happy relationship, having a successful business, and a completely different way of being, where I feel much more fulfilled. So I tell my story as it was, with all the steps I did, and I have coaching points at the end of each chapter. So if somebody wants to relate to themselves and their life, they can take these coaching points to see the steps that they can use to turn their life.
Absolutely, yeah. I love those tips, because they kind of just summarize the chapter. Right, great little way to do that. So, which kind of gives me the lead in that there may be a second book coming out.
Yes. It was inspired by, so it became an Amazon international bestseller last year. And, you know, when you're an author and you put yourself out there, you have to be open to good feedback, and you have to be open to negative feedback. And, you know, 99% was positive, but that 1% that wasn't, really, like, I took it to heart.
Not everybody's gonna like what we do, right?
Right. I mean, sometimes it's just too open for some people, different cultures, different ways of being.
Okay, yeah.
Fine, you know, but that was my story. That was the truth. I just spoke my truth, and it brought to birth the second book, which is Why Can't I Just Be Me? You know,
okay.
How can we be our true selves? How can we speak our truth? You know, a lot of us are not our true selves, and we're careful with what we say because we don't feel comfortable being our true selves with our friends, our partners, in the workplace. We feel that people will leave us, or, you know, we fear the consequences. So this book is really how to bring your true self forward in all situations.
Yeah, my mom we had this conversation about speaking up, and that, you know, she didn't speak up for many years, and now she's at 71. She's like, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm speaking up when I have the feeling to. So you have one book, you have a second book coming out. So are you in the spring of next year?
Yes.
Awesome. So I look forward to seeing that. So have you incorporated any speaking into, because I know you do a lot of coaching, but the speaking aspect, so usually comes along with the book. Has that something that you have
I
added?
have done some speaking before the book, here and there, but once the book came out, then people started to approach me and say, would you like to speak to our group? And it's funny because I always enjoyed speaking, but I wasn't really sure who to target, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then people came to me that I never thought of targeting, like, you know, single parent groups, single moms. And I didn't think, I don't know, I just didn't think, I wasn't targeting single moms or anything, but they started coming to me.
Nice, okay.
Also, a lot of corporate, because there's women's programs, there's personal growth. Like, people want to know how they can get from step A to step B. So it did open up, and I'm now having more and more speaking engagements, and I'm doing less one-on-one coaching. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. I had to do the one-on-one coaching so I can better understand people, so then I can better talk to them. Like, everything happens as it should happen. So, so I'm enjoying the transition.
It's you know, I say to my clients, every opportunity is a speaking opportunity, and that's what you're getting out of it. And I think people shy away from speaking because maybe they don't know what market or what the topic is or how they're going to present it. So those are important ones for me, that always know and help clients do that. So, I mean, we've worked together, and I was able to build my business from the ground up, doing all the exercises that you touched on, you know, briefly before. I go back and look at them, and I know I have to review some of my material, so that's a good thing to have. So, if somebody wanted to work with you or get in touch with you, how can they make that happen?
I mean, they can contact me by email or on my website. My website is ceoofyour.life. Yeah. There's a contact me page there. You can see the different workshops I give. If you want, like, I also have an online program or one-on-one coaching. You can just contact me, tell me where you're at, and then we can decide together what's best for you or your group.
Cool. So I'm going to repost the video later, and I'm going to put all your contact information in the blurb area, so definitely people will find it there. Is there anything you wanted to add before we sign off today?
Well, one of the first exercises I do, and I'm sure you remember, it is the core values. And it's one of the tools that I also feel should be taught in school, just because it really, really helps you say, is your decision aligned with your values, or are you making this decision based on your programming from your entourage, right? So it's an exercise that helps you get clear on your values. So, for instance, one of your values is authenticity, I believe, right?
Yes.
So if something's not authentic, you're not going to move forward with it, right? Whether it's your personal life or your business life. So it's a great exercise to get clear on your values, so you know what you should move forward with, so what you need to say yes to and what you need to say no to. And I have an ebook that can help you with this exercise, and you can find it at ceoofyour.life/values.
Okay, yeah. And that values piece has come in handy for me. I know that when I work with clients, I often will ask them, what's important to you as a business owner, or, you know, and integrate that into the speaking piece. Because if, you know, for me, one of my values is fun. And just last week, I was at the MUHC doing a workshop with the STEP students, so students who do volunteer work at the hospitals. And I asked them, what is important to you? Because that's how you're going to show up every day when you see the patients. And I put my values up on the board, and I said, do you feel like I was real today? And they all said yes. And do you feel like, I said, do you feel like I was fun? And they said yes. And I said, do you feel like I was funny? And they all said yes. So I said, I hit all three. But I said, if I don't use those, if I don't use those to gauge where I am when I'm working with clients, I go back to them all the time, and it's a really great piece to start with. So I carry it forward with myself too, because I feel like you're right. People don't know what their core values are, and they change. They can change, especially in their case, they're young. I said, maybe what you're doing now in 10 years, that will evolve. So Melissa, Dawn, thank you so much today for being here with me live. We finally got online. We were experiencing some technical difficulty.
Yeah, we made
it. So you're going to find this recording posted a little later on today. It will get posted with all of Melissa's information. Thank you so much for being with me today. I am so, so grateful. Namaste to you. And if you want to get in touch with Melissa, make sure you visit her website and sign up for Facebook on her Facebook page, because she shares some beautiful stuff every single day. And as they used to say when I traveled, whatever you choose to do, have a wonderful day.
Oh, namaste to you too. And thank you for including me as part of this great Noon with Nathalie.
Yeah, yes, Noon with Nathalie. I'm very excited. So you can stop the recording and then we can sign it off.
Thank you.
Thank you.